Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to the 1376th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. This is not exactly the type of video I wanted to present you with this evening. I wanted to stand in front of the camera and present you with a very interesting chart analysis program, if you will. I had a bunch of charts. I've got them all printed, rock and roll, ready to go. But as it turns out, my editors can't make it, so I'm going to give you one of these. So pay attention, please. Traders, futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is not suitable for all traders. You can lose a fortune in this game. Never trade without stops. You must know that if you don't have risk capital to play with, you shouldn't be playing this game. For you crazies that have risk capital, come on down to livewithoscar.com and join me in the free trading room. But for now, pull up a chair and pay attention. Weekly bar emini S&P, the ESZ15 on a weekly bar. So each one of these lines represents a full week's worth of trading. Here's an average that goes back for many, many years. It hasn't even been breached slightly since 2011. We hit it here. We bounced right off. We didn't even get close and bounced, and then the story was over. We finally hit it here. We bounced, but look what happens here. We break the average. Ugly, right? So it goes down fast. Remember, we had that really fast breakdown up here. We did the flat top video. The big breakdown came. So it broke down very quickly, and you assumed it would come right back up and get back through the average, and away we'd go happy, right? Well, that's not what happened. You see what happened here? You dropped 2 days quickly. Then this. What it looks like to me is that we just formed a flag. We just formed the flag, if you will, underneath this crazy average. That is ugly. So that's most likely a flag. Look, let me blow this up for you. This isn't no joking around here. That is very likely a bear flag under that average. So it's under one of my OMNI averages, and it's as clear as day. So if we were the only people who knew how to spot bear flags, nobody would notice, but I don't think that's the case. So E-mini S&P has a flag under an average that we almost never break. Let's move to NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ. Same thing, multi-year average, but voila, it did not get under the average yet. Interesting, right? But not so interesting, because all it did was make a bear flag anyway, and it probably will get under the average. Let's blow this up a little bit. That's a pretty interesting bear flag. Not perfectly symmetrical, but neither has any of the flags I've shown you in NASDAQ for the last 10 days, so you can't expect the weekly to look symmetrical either, but that is a bear flag. You are above the average. It's going to come down below that average just like the rest of the indices we're going to look at. Now, I understand Aunt Janet Yellen speaks tomorrow, right? Auntie J. Auntie J speaks tomorrow. So the market's supposed to go up. There's all kinds of news coming out at 8:30 tomorrow morning. The market should go up off the news. I don't think so. I think that a market usually follows its chart patterns, because these lead the market, and no matter what Miss Auntie J says for us, and you know, love her to death, God love Auntie J, no matter what she says and no matter how those reports look, all I think is it's going to help OmniX get fills tomorrow to sell this market. We shall see, one day at a time. So that would lead you to realize that certainly we've got a red Omni for trading the U.S. indices starting on the 24th of September. So looking for a red Omni, downside. Traders, if you don't know how to trade, where to trade, why to trade, how to get out of a trade, when to get into a trade, how to move your stops, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Join the Platinum membership. You will receive real-time, live Omni trading recommendations. As the Omni thinks it's a good idea to get in and get out at any level, and this is all predetermined before the trade begins, you will get a flash update from me, and you can trade the same trades that Omni is producing. Livewithoscar.com. Join the Platinum membership. Let's move on with the show. So the multi-year average, not violated yet in the NASDAQ, but once again, when we blow it up, I think that we need to have a red Omni for tomorrow. Aunt Janet or not, it's only going to make it rally a little if it rallies, and down we should end up before the day is over. So that's two. There's more to go. There's a lot to show you here tonight, kids. So on this one, let's look at another weekly. Dow Jones Industrial Average Weekly Bar. Multi-year average violated. Ouch. Not usually violated. Not usually violated. If it gets violated, you expect it to run right back up and on with the show. Here it ran back up, but it didn't even get close, and it's starting to come back down. Not the best picture we could have ever painted for the future of our markets. Short term, of course. We are short-term traders at livewithoscar.com. So this is short-term, even though I'm showing you a weekly chart. We're looking for tomorrow's trade, maybe into Friday. And then, of course, opinions change rapidly the way these markets whip around. But we are bearish, undoubtedly, going into Thursday. I've got a free live chat room, by the way, at livewithoscar.com. So come join me in my free live chat room. That was one of my alerts to let me know where the markets are. All right, traders, let's continue to look at different markets here. We looked at the Dow. Let's go look at the tranny. Dow Jones Transportation Average. Look at this. Not only did it get violated up here, it's got a flag just like the other markets do, but this was a flag, this was a flag, this was a flag, this is a flag, this was a violation of a multi-year average, this is a leader of U.S. indices. Auntie J, I don't know you're going to be able to help us out of this one. It's called the September Swoon. We get one almost every September. We are in the September Swoon. But don't let it scare you, because we do get these in Septembers. But many, many times we come out of the September Swoon and we head back up. So let's see what happens. We do get September Swoons. Look, the September-October Swoon and back up. The September Swoon and back up. This is probably another one. Whenever you see Septembers, you know, you get a swoon, but you don't always go down. What I don't like about this one is it's not just a September swoon. It seems to be becoming an event. You know, it's not just heading down for a swoon these days. It's becoming an event. We will take it one day at a time. Let's move to different charts. Look at this bad boy. All right, you've got the Russell 2000, and let me tell you, you slap a flag on the Russell 2000 and it doesn't look even slightly healthy. Russell 2000 bear flag. Here's why it doesn't look healthy. You came smashing down from the flat top, whatever you want to call it. We came smashing down through the average, just like you did here. But within 2 weeks, you were back above the average, and away with the show we went. Here, you went back, touched the average, turned around, dumped, now finishing a flag. Not healthy. Doesn't mean Aunt Janet can't talk the market up talk the markets up tomorrow, but I'm not so sure she's got the power to do that without literally changing the Fed's direction. The speech about their direction, which I don't think is coming, that she's not going to shift policy when she speaks tomorrow. Without policy shift, I can't see this market going higher. So I'm not calling for policy shift, but unless she said something dramatic like that, let's finish out our flags in our September swoon before we call this market dead. Certainly for day trading, we want to be short. Then you've got the German DAX. Let's look at this bad boy. German DAX, and this is an interesting thing as well. You came swooning down, right? You got through. Hey, what was this? September, October last year? Interesting. We swooned down, but we came right back up, built a little bull flag, and continued on. This time we swooned down, came back up, failed, and continued on down. This picture is not the same as this picture. This one doesn't look nearly as pretty. So it's interesting what's going on out there. Then we move away this X, and what you recognize is same old, same old. Nice big pull on a flag, and here's the flag. Boom. And you're below the flag after bouncing off the average. So not the best sign in the world for the German market. Traders, just keep this in mind. It is the September swoon. It does prove to usually go the other way after September. So don't let it bug you out. September swoon or not, it looks to me like we're going to be okay here. So remember, always keep your emotions out of trading, right? It's not an easy thing to do, but you should always keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, rock and roll. Thank you for paying attention to these videos. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all at livewithoscar.com.